Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's talk about missiles guys. As you know, I already did a video, the AIM-9M was added to the game, right? But there are some things that I need to talk about it. So we are here in the hangar. The first thing that I really wanted to talk about is that, I don't know, it feels like people are overreacting about the AIM-9M IRCCM right now. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for a friend to actually do a proper test on it. But I felt like it's still worse than the R73's IRCCM. And I will try to prove it more or less how, right? But the thing is that it is still an amazing missile. But not only that, this thing got the AIM-9M, right? The MatAWG. But in the files, yes guys, the Python 4 is there. It's not added to the game yet, but we're going to talk about it too. I will try to get a mission with the Su-57 to actually test the performance of the Python 4 because I gotta be honest guys, Python 4s are, the game is not ready for it. You know, we are really not ready for it. Unless you want to see an AIM-9X and an R73M or something like that, we're not ready for the Python 4 yet. So please Gaijin, do not add this missile. Please, like I'm asking, please. It doesn't make sense. Yes, I understand you guys, Israeli mains that are complaining about the AIM-9M, they're complaining about how we don't have a BVR here, but you don't fix those problems, creating another way bigger problem that makes one nation better than every single one. Forget about stomping the USSR, guys. If a Python 4 is added to the Israelis will stomp everybody. The US will get stomped really hard with this. The Germans, the Britons, Japanese, Chinese, everybody will get stomped by the Python 4, okay? It's a 90s missile. So please, like, come on, have some logic over here. We don't fix one problem creating 60 other bigger ones, okay? So let's take a look on the files a little bit. So we have here the spreadsheet made by Xabi, and he updated with the new missiles, okay? So it's basically grabbing everything from the current files, showing us the data of the missiles. The first thing that we can currently see over here is that the AIM-9L and the AIM-9M basically are the same missile. They're basically a copy of each other, which they should be. They are basically the same missile. But they have this little thing over here, IRCCM, infrared countermeasure, turn it yes. And they have this, a copy of the AIM-9L with resistance to the sun and missile rocket exhaust. So making an AIM-9L a lot better to not only flare, you know, it's a lot better to flare against, but also not looking into the sun, not looking into the missiles and rockets. Some people are claiming that it has the Stinger IRCCM. Now, not sure about that. We will need to wait and see how it is. But the IRCCM of it should be worse than the AIM-9M right now, looking at the files only. As I said, I will properly test these afterwards, but if you compare it to the R73, it is still worse. Why? Because it has this little thing, the FOV, sorry. It's something that the AIM-9L and the AIM-9M have the same. It's still 3.6 degrees, while the R73, it changes after you get a lock and launch the missile. So at the beginning it's 4.5, but it gets to 0.75 degrees afterwards, which it basically means that it will have less space in the FOV of the missile to actually have the flare inside that and make the missile go to the other side instead of going for the aircraft. This missile doesn't have that, so I don't know how like good this thing is right now in the proper files, but the R73 should have a way better IRCCM, like at least against flares, against the sun and missile launches and everything. The AIM-9M should be better right now because it has this specific code to it, right? Another thing that you can see is the IRCM detection range. Basically, they are comparing to, I mean, I don't know exactly, but they are basically baseline being a MiG-15 going Mach 0.8 at sea level. So I think they're basically, I don't know if it's detection or whatever it is, but you can see that all of these missiles have the same type of thing over here. They have all these type of you know, of basically lock ranges. I'm pretty sure it is for the IRCM system, right? And the R73 basically does not detect IRCM. So there is a plus for the R73 there. A flare detection range should be around the same as you see over here. So I don't know, I feel like the R73 has the upper hand in some aspects and the AIM-9M has in others. In general, for flares, the R73, and for other things like the sun and missiles going around and all sorts of stuff like that, the AIM-9M should be better. Of course, the R73 turns a lot better, 40 Gs instead of the 30, so you have that going on for it. And then we go for this, guys. So the Python 4 is here, and I'm currently looking for a mission so that I can actually test this missile. And you will see how good this thing is. Apparently, it's supposed to have some form of like the same IRCCM as the AIM-9M or something like that, but also it has the inner FOV, as you can see over here, 1.2 degrees, so still larger than the R73's one, but it is way better than the original AIM-9M's ones. So it should have an IRCCM that is better than AIM-9M, maybe worse in some cases against the R73, but very close to it. But the thing is that this thing turns 50 Gs, guys. This is 10 Gs more than the R73 and the Python 3. Why? Because this is a nice missile, guys. This is a 1994 missile, 1995, something like that. So it's, you know, it's problematic. Look at this thing. Maximum fin lateral acceleration. 60 degrees, guys. The R73 is 45, which is also more than double than what an R60M does, and way more than what the AIM-9M does as well. So understand why we don't need the Python 4. Yes, I understand the Israelis have their problems. Yes, they do have problems. But adding a missile that has a total delta V that is almost as much as an R27ET, meaning that it has almost the same energy as an R27E, turning 50 Gs, and having an IRCCM that is better than the R73 or as close as the R73 as possible, it doesn't feel like a very good option, is it? So if you're asking for this missile, think again, guys. Think again, because if this thing is added like this, be aware that we will see R73Ms and AIM-9Xs in the soonish future for all the nations, because this is way too much performance for a missile. Yes, we need to fix the Israeli problem, but it's not like if the Israelis are just lacking. Okay, the Israelis are one of the best nations. Yes, they have the Python 3, which is one of the best missiles in the game right now, if not the best before the R73. Yes, they don't have BVR, but they do have the Block 10 and the Block 40 coming up, which are very good aircraft. Yes, the choices could have been different. You know, we could have just had an F-15 or something like that to help with the BVR of the Israelis. But solving the BVR problem with a Python 4, man, it's like trying to put out a campfire with an aircraft, a firefighting aircraft. It's problematic, to say the least. So this is my opinion on it, and here are the reasons why. Hopefully they think about this before adding these things, and if it's wrong, these missiles need to be fixed. The flight model of the R73 might be still kind of weird right now. I think it's much better than it was. It was losing completely the control of everything. I mean, it's not doing the 180 shots anymore, but it is still, it's not losing the control of the missile, so it's better. People are calling it a nerf. I'm calling it a fix. The AIM-9M right now, I mean, I don't know, the IRCCM feels weird. I need to test it out to see properly, but I'm pretty sure the missile is how it is supposed to be, at least on the sense of flight performance, right? So this is an early AIM-9M, so it is 30 Gs. If they want to add a late version of it, a Block 8, 9 or something like that, would be 35, but still. So they're fixing it, but this thing, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, guys? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. See ya.